Hey guys, it's Eden, and today I filmed this look using the Morphe KathleenLights palette. I am so excited. It finally came in. I think it took like over a week and I was just like so excited and waiting for it to come. It came in this cute little box. It says KathleenLights. It has some lights on it. Very cute. And then on the back has a picture of her and a little note from her. So cute. So this is the palette itself. I absolutely love it. It's so small. It's a lot smaller than the other Morphe palettes. I can actually grab one to show you. A normal Morphe palette is this big. The KathleenLights is this big, which I actually like that it's so much smaller because it's easy to travel with and it's just gorgeous. So now for inside. Here it is, 15 eyeshadows. There's just such a wide range of different colors and variety. I mean, like, looking at this palette, there's just so many looks I could think of. You could do a super neutral look. You could do a cool tone. There's the popped up green, which I used today. There's warmer tones, cooler tones. There's these mauve, plummy colors. There's just so many things you could do with this palette. I love that she put like a cream shade like this because I always use one of these to set my eyelid before I put any other eyeshadow on. I love that she put a highlight shade, which I use in my inner corner, and I mixed it with the cream one under my brow bone. I love that there's also this transition shade here. This is kind of like a perfect transition shade for any look that you would be doing. When you look at it, there is like some sparkle in there. So I thought, I was like, okay, so there's some mattes and some like metallic, and then this one looks a little sparkly. But when you actually put it in the crease, it shows up matte, so I count that as a matte shade. And then these pops of green, I was just so excited to play with, so I had to use those in my look today. But I mean, there's just so many looks I could do with this palette. That's why I love it so much. It's nice and compact. I already love Morphe shadows as it is. They're just an amazing price point, really nice eyeshadows. They're pigmented, they blend well, and I'm a big fan of Morphe eyeshadows. So I was just so excited when Kathleen announced that she was going to be collabing with them. Alrighty guys, so I hope this video was helpful for you if you were thinking about getting the palette. Now I know right now this palette is sold out, and it was supposed to be limited edition, but I think she might be bringing it back one more time. I'm hoping so. She was talking about that in a video, so I really hope she will, because if you haven't got this palette, I really do think you should pick it up. But if not, this is for anyone who actually did pick up the palette, and I'm just going to do a little eye look with it today. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to put all the products I use down in the description box below because I'm not going to show my whole face. I'm just going to show the eyeshadow portion. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave. And let's just get into the tutorial. So starting out this look, I'm going to prime my eyes with my concealer. I'm just going to use my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Light. I always use a concealer to prime my eyelids just so it kind of cancels out any of the discoloration I have on my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and set that, and I'm going to use this light matte shade in the palette. I'm just going to take my e.l.f. small tapered brush. So now I'm going to go in with my transition shade. I'm going to take this pretty warmer light brown shade, perfect transition shade, and I'm going to take it on my fluffy crease brush. Just going to put that all in my crease. I love that shade, and it's just a beautiful shade for all of the other ones to kind of blend into. Absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm going to go in with this kind of mustardy, yellowy brown shade. I'm going to take a smaller brush, my Real Techniques base shadow brush. I love using this in my crease. I'm just going to dip into that shade. I'm going to just put this in the crease. putting that shade on the outer corner as well, because it did show up being a little bit darker than I thought it would, so it ended up really being perfect and really deepening up the crease. So now I'm going to go back in with my fluffy brush and just lightly go over that. Now for the fun part, I'm going to go in with this shade. It's absolutely gorgeous, really dark, kind of grayish green almost. It's just a gorgeous shade. I'm really excited. So I'm going to use my flat eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to dip into that shade. So what I'm going to do is put this on my whole entire lid. And honestly, I barely got any fallout from this. Alright, so now that I have that shade on, I absolutely love how it looks. It's so gorgeous. It's even more green in person than I thought it was, which is just awesome. So now I'm going to go in with this shade. It's a dark brownish gray, and I'm going to put that on my same brush I used earlier. And I'm going to use this to blend out the edges of this shadow. I'm also going to pack a little of that shade on the outer corner. And now I'm going to go back into this brush again. And now I'm going to go back in with this same shade again and blend a little bit more. Alrighty, now through all of that blending, I've lost a little bit of the intensity of the green, this one here, that I put on the lid, so I'm going to go ahead and just pack a little bit more. And now for the fun pop of color, I'm going to go in to this shade. These two green ones were ones that I was just really excited to use, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this brighter green. I feel like it looked more blue before I got the palette. I thought it was like a teal, but it's actually more of like a true green in person, like a mermaidy green. I'm just going to pack this on an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush and just dab it in the middle. Wow, that shade is gorgeous. Now I'm just going to take that same eyeshadow brush, a little bit of that darker green, and just kind of go over the edges, blend it together a little better. Now I'm going to take this brush here, and I'm going to take this matte, just the eyeshadow we used to set our whole lid, and I'm going to put that under the brow bone because sometimes I get a little carried away and the eyeshadow ends up all the way to my eyebrow. That is not what I want. Just going to kind of brighten it up a little bit. And now I'm going to take a makeup wipe and wipe off all the fallout under my eyes and wipe the edge of my eyeshadow. And now I'm going to take my Maybelline gel liner and my Sonia Kashuk angled brush and do a wing. And now that my wings are on, I'm going to go ahead and curl my eyelashes and put on some mascara. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. Alrighty, and now that I'm done with my mascara, I'm going to go ahead and do the whole rest of my face and then come back and do my lower lash line. So I'll be right back. Alright, so now I've done all the rest of my makeup. All I need to do is finish up my lower lash line. So I'm going to take this brush right here from e.l.f. and I'm going to take just the tiniest little bit of this shade right here, our transition shade we use on the top. I'm just going to take the littlest bit of that and put that on the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take this flatter smudge brush. I'm going to take this shade right here. I'm going to put that more in the outer corner of my bottom lash line. Now I'm going to go back in with that first brush I used and kind of blend that out a little. And then once that is done, I'm going to go into this shade right here. I'm going to use that as an inner corner highlight. You can't really tell on camera, I don't think, but it's just like a beautiful, really shimmery shade. So I'm just going to take this brush here and dip into both of the lighter shades, the shimmery and the darker one. I'm going to highlight my brow bone with that. I normally don't do a shimmery brow bone highlight, but this one is really pretty and kind of subtle, so I'm going to do it today. And now I'm going to put mascara on my lower lashes. I'm going to use the same L'Oreal Telescopic I used on the top.